No. Okay. Hello, Mandy.
Hi.
How you doing?
Um, Good, but pretty pretty busy week.
Yeah. Did you do this all in 1 week?
No, I split into 2 weeks, but I'm also working on my thesis and also a school project. So
Damn. Yeah, that's a lot. Um, I mean, you killed it. I love these. Um, they're looking great. I love that you went like sci-fi. I don't think like many other people went this approach, but really, really cool prop design. And you're like, there's like good perspective going on here, like good technical drawings. It's very cool to see. So sorry, I just jumped in there, but what did you think about the environment stuff? Are you gonna take a break? You're gonna work on some environments after this, or
yeah, so these are for part of my thesis, and next I'm gonna create some environment illustrations for my thesis, which is from the same sci-fi concept.
nice? That's cool. Yeah, it's cool that it's like overlapping so much as well that you're like actually yeah getting use out of it. Cool. And then yeah, you just said that it's been busy for this one, right? But you're happy with like how these came out? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, and I never got like a lot of chance to like paint props, so it's a really fresh experience for me, but I think I really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
And like maybe after doing some environment illustrations, I might also do some prop design for other tools like besides the props in the kitchen.
Hmm. Yeah, that's great. Um, yeah, I'm really curious to like know more about this like project in this world. It's very intriguing. So I've just got some thoughts, like not a ton, to
Mm.
be fair, but there's a couple of things that that caught my eye. So I think the way you've presented them, they're a little bit like, especially this one I've got here on the left. They're very close together, and they're all like different angles and stuff. That's okay. It's not too bad, the angle thing. But they're just very close and cluttered, and I feel like they can, because you've got this one where they're all overlapping in a physical space, which is really
Mhm.
nice to see them in context. But this one, you can just space them out a little bit more, presentation wise. I think that'll just be like a bit easier on the eye. Um, and then I'll get into the feedback a little bit, right? So this bird guy, super
Mhm.
super charming. Love it. I love this. Um, very cute. Very cute. There was, I love how you've actually gone to the effort as well to draw them in different perspectives. And they're slightly different in each one, but like, yeah, really cool. Because I was looking at this one and I was giving it feedback and I was like, hold on, it's got a lid already. Look, it's here. So really,
Mhm.
really nice. And it's like to me this kind of stands out as like everything else is from a company or whatever, right? And then this
Yeah.
is like this is something I brought from home, this is my little thing. So is that right? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, that's more like a personal like handcraft
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it sits together. It sits with with the design language as well, like really, really well. So I think it's like it's nice, but there's a couple of things like maybe maybe the handle in the back was like felt a bit redundant,
Hmm.
and like you could just simplify it slightly. I don't know. Like that's not a big critique or anything. And then this handle like giving it like a slight curve, it will just kind of it still was feeling a little bit mechanical, and
Hmm.
then I feel like why don't you just embrace that part as like the hand woven, like worn part, and you get a little bit of like string coming off of here to signify like, oh, they've tied this themselves, and it feels a bit more like crafted, which is really cool. Uh,
Mhm.
so what do you think about the teapot changes? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, yeah, um that's actually something I think I didn't think of while doing the design.
Mm.
And yeah, I think it can be interesting to add more handcrafted size to the object.
Yeah, because you don't want to push it too far because I like how it does fit in aesthetically still. You've got these flowing shapes and stuff like that, and you've got the flowing shapes in the glass as well, and it feels cohesive. That's really cool. So you don't want to push it too much, but having a little bit of that injection of personality and that little bit of like, oh, I've made this myself. That's really cool. I will say that like I feel like the color overall, a bit of color feedback that I haven't really touched on here is
Mhm.
that you're like pushing everything to like yellows and stuff a bit, maybe just a bit too much like on the light. So
Mhm.
like the teapot here on this version, you've got like really nice graphic, bold color, like really readable, and then
Mhm.
you start to lose it a little bit in this version, right? So
Mhm.
I would just like bring that back just a tiny bit. It's a very subtle thing, but you don't want to go overboard with that kind of stuff. So cool. But okay, a couple of other points, things that I was thinking about. Um, so okay, readability. You want things to kind of read well from a distance, right?
Mhm.
And then this. Okay, sorry, I'm jumping around here. This thing, this packet of juice is
Mhm.
feels giant, right? Or like
Yeah.
this pot feels too small. They feel weird, but they also feel attached because
Mhm.
this is overlapping with this, and I know they're separate objects, right? But if you look at this at a glance, you would think that this is all like one thing. I don't think that's intentional. Maybe it is. I don't know.
No, that's not like
Okay, okay,
intentional.
okay, cool. So what I did was I just moved it to yeah make sure that's readable as separate objects. Very minor thing, but rendering wise, I think you've gone a bit overboard with like how shiny and reflective
Mhm.
this is. Like you've added like rim light, you've added all these like things, and it's just I think it's a bit too much. So I started to simplify it a little bit, like just the overall read. Maybe I went a bit too overboard with this one, Um, and then the highlights here, like were the same color highlights as, I think the object, different material would have a different color highlight. So I was like, knock that down. And then I noticed you've done that already on this one. So, it was always, there. Um, and then yeah, I think I was just removing some of the rim light and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't dislike the rim light too much, but I think yeah, overall readability, just want to make it a bit cleaner. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Like in this version as well, it's yeah, I think just in this overall thing, you've maybe gone a bit too intense with some of the lights, but one last thing about this. I, again, love the design. Love all the designs you've got. This is some kind of like pot that you can like with a lid that you can see. It's like functional. But it feels like familiar. Like it has a really nice balance. And like you're using the same like yellow tinted glass, and it really works. It's great. But this perspective
Mhm.
is not reading, like I'm not getting the panness of it, I'm losing the identity of what it is, because this feels really flat.
Yeah.
So I did a quick paint over of like, okay, if I was to say like redraw this, whatever, I want to see the top of the lid more, and I want to see the handle like come out, in
Mhm.
perspective, right? This is a very, very rough paint over, but gets the idea across of like, and you can see the food in there and everything, right? Similar to what you have here. But I just feel like you're losing something with this side on. And you can still have that like cool plug thing that you've got, the charger thing here.
Mm.
You can still show that. But every like important, you want that kind of initial read that, oh, this is a pan or a pot or something, right? But lovely work. You should be very happy with the uh, this. So
Thank you.
very nice. Cool. If you have any other thoughts or
Um, no, I guess I'll just after this class I'll just first go back to like make some fixations on the design.
nice, nice. And one more thing. If I'm going to be a little bit nitpicky, oh, it's cool.
Mm.
You've got pills here as well. It's like maybe they're like on some asylum prison thing. I don't know. That's cool. Just one more little nitpick. I think you've gone like too much of a color range in this food.
Mhm.
Just like simplify it as like one overall like mass of color, and
Mhm.
then you can have like a little bit of variation in that, like in the shadow or whatever to imply. But like you don't need to give the rice like rim light and all that
Okay.
mashed potato stuff. I don't know what it is, but I think it's rice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but and then maybe you've made the rice like you've made it darker because it's next to white, so it'd be like white on white. I don't know. Maybe that was a thing. Um, but yeah, just simplifying that, making sure there's like too much room light stuff going on every little thing. But that's it. That's all I got. Really, really cool work.
Thank you.
Nice. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. You know what? I'll give Guira.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I'm,
You're
oh,
cutting
can you
out.
hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm doing okay.
Nice, nice. What were your, how are you doing? Like, what are your initial thoughts on the environment stuff? Like, are you excited to paint environments? Do you hate environments? Like, what's,
Oh, I love environment. I'm so excited. It was really fun to see um the demo, and I always surprised like how fast you can paint. Yeah, it was fun.
nice? I'm glad. Um, cool. And the props as well.
Oh, yeah, the props. Um, it was fun, but I feel like I can do it better. It
Hmm.
seems like my props doesn't look that cohesive.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of imagine them can be placed in a room. I don't know. Um,
Hmm.
mm, yeah.
What was the story that you had to go with this? Was there any story?
I kind of thought that they could be a props for like grandma's props, like really cute old lady. Yeah. And then I actually want the lady to be a small person. So
Hmm.
I wanted to add some more like something that refer to the size relationship.
Ah, okay. Like, is she like a, how small are we talking? Like a borrower? Like a
Oh
Arietti?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, right. Interesting. Okay, I was not getting borrower vibes at all. I'm sorry to
Yeah,
say. But you know, overall, again, like technically, like your painting is really strong, and you have a very distinct style, like this like scratchiness. And I really like that. I think that part we don't need to focus on that so much, right? You've got like a distinct kind of look. I think it could be pushed sometimes a little bit more, like maybe if we want the this like scratchiness and that thing, like maybe they can even like come off of the edges a little bit, like be a little bit like playful about that. You know, but and use like outlines and things like that, maybe. But that's not a major focus. I think design wise, like you mentioned it, I think in one of your posts where they feel like, and you said there, they feel like you've grabbed a reference and you've made a nice stylized study of that reference, and then you've just kept on doing that, without really considering how they tie together visually besides the style, more in the design and motifs themselves. You've got like the plants a little bit, and then you've got, yeah, that's pretty much it. Is like this like natural aspect, right, that you're leaning on. So I had a few thoughts about how you might want to like push that. And these paint over that I'm going to show, they're not necessarily thinking about them as like a borrower, as a small person, but more about like if they're people in the woods, or something like that. So I thought, okay, let's just go through it one by one. The kettle here, no, not the kettle, the coffee machine. Very clean, very straight out of the catalog. It's like completely spotless, right? And even my coffee machine that I have is way dirtier than this, right? So if this thing has been in the woods, then maybe it's a bit rusted, so like you can be a bit more interesting here with like color and showing up these like more pops of like hue, and like already that creates a little bit more interest, right? And I also was like, okay, this is maybe when they're in the woods, they're not super clean, not super, hygienic or whatever. So the coffee is like just been left, and like there's like stains and stuff in the bottom. I don't know if you've ever like you have a coffee machine like this, but yeah, this part gets like dirty really quickly because like coffee spills
yeah,
in the cracks or whatever. So it's like this lid part like comes off, right? And then you've got this little reservoir of like coffee. So I think just visually this is like just make it a bit grittier, and that could be fun. Um I've got some other things about sorry, they're all on different layers. Um oh, weird. I don't know. I'll just put them all on. That's fine. Okay. So yeah,
mm,
and then I thought maybe coffee machine, you've got nice vines orderly like wrapped around the teapot, or the kettle. This is a teapot, right? Yeah.
mm,
So, and this is like a nice like fancy thing that someone's done themselves, right? And then maybe to contrast that, whoever's like drinking the coffee, they're just like really like sporadic or whatever, and they're just letting this thing like grow naturally, like these like vines and stuff. But just a couple of sprigs to tie it together as a motif. So that could be cool. I felt like your chopping board was, again, for something in the woods, right? Like you've got wood around you. Um, it makes sense, I would say, if you want it to make it feel like of a place, then like you utilizing the things that you would find in the woods. So maybe this isn't even got a hole, it's like a slab of wood that they've they've found, and they've like carved it out like naturally, you know, and a little bit more like natural looking, you know. And just to give it, just to break it up and give it a bit more like a bit more flair, slightly. And yeah, like I thought maybe this was a CD. Was this a CD or just a little?
Oh, I thought it's just a little normal plate, but that'd
Okay,
be
okay.
cool.
Well, like it was because you said the little person thing. Like I was like, is it a
Yeah,
CD? I don't know. Um, but I don't know if it's let's go with it. It's just a little plate, right? You could make it
yeah.
um broken, you know, to be like, okay, we're in the woods, we don't have everything, or all like proper, like accidents happen, like maybe someone tripped on it or whatever. But if we wanted to make it a CD, I don't know, that might be just a little bit weird. Um, but if we wanted to, we would like put in these little rays of color. And I don't know who's using a CD as a coffee thing. But you know, they have no use for CDs in the woods, so sure. But
Um,
like that could be something. I don't know. Let's leave it for now. Okay, and then the the kind of the cake. The cake is very pretty. I feel like there's a slight tangent happening where
oh yeah.
the shadow kind of uh, goes intersects with like the actual form of the cake. Um, and it just caught my eye a little bit, but you know, I tried to like move the shadow slightly, and I wanted also to like group the plate, like simplify it. So, okay, what the difference of the light and shadow, right, is a bit more like obvious. Um, and I think, yeah, it's just I'm not reading. Is this like a dirty plate, or is this I'm just
Oh,
not
I thought it's just a light part.
okay. Yeah,
Um,
it's I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit off in that one, but yeah, I wanted to. I don't know. Okay, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Um, yeah, I think kind of reintroducing like what you said, or maybe pushing the like the value difference between the cake and the plate um could be good. Um, yeah, I'm not sure about the cake or the plate and the cake, sorry. Um, and then what else did I do? I made this into like a little garden uh fork thing, but I guess this could read as like just a regular fork as well. So maybe not that much difference there. But I was thinking about like ways you could, okay, you're in the woods, kind of utilizing these different things, just to try and like unify
yeah.
them together a little bit. So there's some ideas there, and then uh, a very small tweak on here, just bringing that vine down a little bit and making it feel maybe a bit more like natural and a bit less orderly, but it's such a minor tweak. Um,
Mhm.
I want to try something as well. Um, actually, never mind. I think they're looking good overall, and this like gives them a little bit more character. But I would say if you were to actually like design these for like borrowers, you know, a
Yeah.
borrower would be like this isn't a coffee machine made for borrowers, right?
Oh, no.
So this is a human-sized coffee machine. So a borrower would be like this big, right? And you'd have to like kind of design things around this scale. And I think Alex did this on her designs as well, right? Where she's actually using like a button as a plate, and all those kind of designs. And Arrietty is like really good for this. It's a really
Oh,
nice
yeah.
Ghibli film. But yeah, this feels like everything, from a dollhouse, um, that maybe could be used, but it's just not reading as like that scale.
Yeah, I can
So
tell.
nice. But yeah, overall though, like again, I love your like the style and the execution. Um, One thing I'm just gonna keep commenting on it. Maybe it's like this is your style and just go with it. But it's kind of like you've done it a little bit where these hatch-in like follow the form, but it doesn't feel like you've pushed it that much, and sometimes it can feel maybe a bit like a filter, where it's like these things
Oh,
these things
yeah.
like cross, it's not respecting like the form. It just feels like on top of it a little bit. But I mean, you've done it a little bit here in the highlights, and I think just more of that, like more paying attention to like the direction and like how things hit the form. I think that can like push it a little bit. Um, but
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, overall though, like very, very nice, nice work. And
Thank you so much. I feel like just a little like adding some stuff can make it more unified. So I will definitely um try more later.
nice. Yeah, cool. Yeah, just thinking about giving them each a little bit more character. I think it was just a little bit like, straight out of the reference book with like a couple of things on top. But yeah, no, nice work.
Okay. Thank you so much.